It's time for me to do something for me and actually finish it. Welcome back to our channel, your favorite place for hauls, home decor, and all things homemaking. If you're joining us for the first time, welcome. And for those of you returning, we appreciate your support. This week's video is going to be very different from videos I've done in the past. Now, setting the tone, it's not as, exciting for me. This is definitely a personal and emotional story of a journey that I'm still going through to this day. I've had weight issues since I was 11 years old. I am 37 and I still battle with weight, and it is still at the forefront of my mind daily. However, as we start off 2021, I wanted my first video of the year to be something a bit more personal so you guys can get to know me, and I prayed on this a lot in hopes that this would bless somebody and give someone the motivation to start this year off different, to give someone the opportunity to put themselves first, to let someone know that there is no battle too big and that you can definitely accomplish weight loss with prayer, with drive or ambition, and with the right tools. And not to let anyone tell you that there's too much weight to lose and that you can't do it, or that if you don't do it the 100% natural way, then it doesn't count. I am living proof that you can, and I'm gonna tell you all about it. Stay tuned. I've always had weight issues. I've always had weight issues from the time I could remember, and I've always loved food from the time I can remember. Anyone that has known me since I was a child will tell you I've been cooking since maybe second grade. And when I tell you cooking, I don't mean a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I'm talking rice and peas, chicken, curry chicken. My family is from the West Indies. We are from Trinidad and Tobago. I'm a first generation American, and I've loved to cook from the time I could remember, and I could cook all types of West Indian dishes and cook them well by third and fourth grade. I have always had a tumultuous relationship with food because it took me a long time, and it's something that I still battle with, that you have to come to the realization that your body is not like everyone else's. All of your friends at school, when you're growing up and you're seeing them eating all this bread or just going to eat whatever they want and not have to think about the calorie intake or how that's going to impact their weigh-ins. When I would be in Weight Watchers at the age of 13, 14, you don't think about how your body is different, and instead of hating your body for that, embracing that. So taking you back to the beginning, I started having weight issues around 4th or 5th grade, and it has been a battle ever since. My mother has always been a very petite person. My mother is absolutely beautiful. She is 66 years old, and she is my #1 cheerleader when it comes to, maintaining a healthy lifestyle. She has always done her best to emulate what she wanted me to adapt to, the lifestyle she wanted me to adapt to. She wanted me to be, a healthier eater. She wanted me to enjoy working out. And I can remember my mother going on the track every morning from since I was, I don't know, maybe 11, 12 years old. And to this day, she still works out every single day. And when I was younger, I think there was a sense of frustration because she wanted me to do what she tried to be, the role model, or be the change that she wanted to see, if you will. But as I've gotten older and we've had so many amazing conversations, and I know she's gonna look at this, I think what we have both realized is that, and this is something I tell people all the time when they come to me for advice about weight loss, is that you will never, ever be successful. And when I say successful, losing weight is not losing the amount of weight you want to lose. Like, let's say you want to lose 30 pounds. If you lose 30 pounds, that is not the success. The success is maintenance. The success is maintenance. And anyone can, you know, lose that weight, but how long can you keep that weight off and really find the tools that if you lose yourself along the way, because that's life, you may lose 20 pounds and you may gain back 10, but do you know the tools to get you back to where you need to be and maintain that healthy lifestyle? I, at my biggest, was 350 pounds. I am now currently 169 pounds. So I've lost, I'd say maybe about 180 pounds. And so it sounds crazy to even say that, but I've lost 180 pounds, but I've kept it off. I have been at my, you know, of course, you yo-yo. I may gain, you know, 10 or 12 pounds, you know, 5 pounds here, 2 pounds here, and then, you know, I lose it back. I find my way back. And I think that that's something that you have to give yourself grace and be understanding of, that life happens, especially as a woman. But how do you get yourself back there? And that is what maintenance looks like. If you lose your way, finding yourself back. So again, started in 4th or 5th grade with my weight issues, and it carried on. I went to fat camp. Many people don't know that, but I did go to fat camp my summer of completion of 7th grade prior to entering 8th grade. And I'm sorry, that was the summer of 8th grade entering 9th grade. And, you know, I lost a considerable amount of weight. I remember my mom saying when she came to pick me up, she didn't even notice me. She almost walked right by me. I'd lost at least like 30 pounds in the month and a half that I had been there. And the fat camp is exactly what you think it is. It was called Camp Pembroke, actually. It was called Camp Pembroke. We called it fat camp, but it was called Camp Pembroke. And I mean, we woke up every morning. We were on the track or doing some sort of physical exercise, and we were pretty much out in the hot sun for the majority of the day, doing all different types of activities, all different types of sports. The food that they gave you was definitely like bland food, mostly salads, very little carbs, and they kept you active. And I remember having to do weigh-ins, and those weigh-ins were the bane of my existence. And to this day, I still am challenged to get on a scale. I always do it in hiding. I don't like anyone to see it. I sometimes, it became an obsession at one point in my life. I would be on that scale every morning, every night, every morning, every night, every morning, every night as I was going through the weight loss. But that's just one of those things that I think started there, you know, going to camp. And that's no slight on that camp. I don't even know if that camp still happens. I don't know. But it was definitely successful if you consider the success being me losing weight. However, I was not ready. And because I was not ready, I thought I was ready as a child. I thought I was, but because I wasn't fully vested in keeping that weight off, that weight came back. And when I returned back from fat camp, I would be on the track. I mean, imagine 8th, 9th grade. I was on the track every morning with my mom, 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning before I went to school. And then I would go to school like everyone else. And I had animosity towards the experience, not towards my mom, but towards the experience, as why is it that I can't be like the average child who gets to sleep in late if they want to, or they get to you know, eat whatever they want and not have to constantly think I'm counting points, because at one point I was also in Weight Watchers. I mean, it was just, it's a very, I guess you would say, traumatic experience for a child, because you just want to be normal, right? But I do look back now, and hindsight is, that was my journey. That was my journey. There was a reason why God took me through that. And maybe it was just for me to be sitting right here and having this conversation with you guys. So through high school, I was very confident. I was a big girl, but I was very confident. I know though that a lot of that confidence stemmed from my voice. I was not ridiculed a lot for my weight. There'd be like little comments here and there. The boys in school were not trying to talk to me or have any interest in me because I was a big girl. They were interested in the girls that are 90 pounds, 95 pounds, maybe 105 pounds. They were not interested in a girl that was at the time maybe like a size 12. And I got bigger. By the time I was a senior, I probably was like a size 16 or 18. But again, I was very active in school. I was in cheerleading. I was in varsity cheerleading, actually. I was captain of cheerleading, captain of dance team. I was damn good. I was damn good at what I did. And I really wanted to be that girl that was not like your typical fat girl. Because that's what I mean, I was a big girl and people would, make the comments. But luckily for me, because I was a singer, I was able to get past that and not have to be ridiculed terribly, because everyone would be like, yeah, she's a big girl, but she can sing. And I thank God for that talent, because I don't know what my experience would have been like in high school had I have not had my voice. So I would say that in high school, I had my confidence, but I didn't really have my look. Because at that time, and shout out now to Fashion Over Curve, to Torrid, to even Lane Bryant, and to all of the boutiques on Instagram and social media, period. Because they offer plus size clothes, and you don't have to be in either a two-piece if you're 80 pounds, or a house coat if you're 250 or 300 pounds. You could be a baddie at 350 pounds, because there are clothes that are available to fit you. So shout out to those boutiques that cater to plus size, because unfortunately that wasn't available to me at my age. Back in 99, 2000, I had to have everything made for me. When it was prom, when it was any type of events at school, I had to have my clothes made for me, because there were no plus size boutiques. I think back now would have been, I would have been a whole problem child if I had access to those type of boutiques that offer these plus size clothes. And so fast forward now to college. When I got to college, I did go to Spelman. Comment below if you are a Spelmanite. Hey sis. But when I went to Spelman, that is where I found out how to dress and embody a beautiful Black woman. Plus size or not, irrelevant. How to embody what it really looks like to live in Black excellence. And I am so grateful for going to that school, because I met women from all around the world, from all different backgrounds, and just loving themselves for who they are and finding their way. If they were not there yet, they were finding their way. And so a few shout outs within this, I would say the person that brings back memories when it comes to fashion and my plus sizeness, if you will. Oh, my pen just fell. And plus sizeness, if you will, is Elena. Elena, I remember going in the Glee Club, and every day this girl was dressed to the nine. You hear me? I mean, like, dressed to the nine. And she always just looked so beautiful. And me and her became really close friends, and she took me to DSW to buy my first pair of stilettos. I will never forget that. So shout out to Elena. I love you, my girl. I love you so much. And still beautiful to this day. And another memory I have is with Asha. Asha, who is still my very close sister to this day, would take me shopping. She would take me shopping to all different types of stores. And I would have a blast, because I was finding items that actually looked good on my body. And I was able to wear my heels all day and my makeup done. And I might have been a big girl, but again, I was dressed to the best that I could be dressed. And I appreciate those women for just helping me love myself, learn to love myself, and for a different reason. Because again, in high school I had that confidence because of my voice, and now I had people who were just loving on me because of who I was here, not here. And I appreciated that. And so, you know, fast forward, by the time I graduated from college, I had to be around 270 pounds or so. And I continued to gain weight. I continued to gain weight, and I got bigger and bigger and bigger. And so now fast forward to about 2 years after I graduated from college. So this was about 2008. I was in a relationship. And that's another thing. I never had problems, you know. I never had problems with that either. You know, and it was just like, take me as I am. And that's how mama is today. Take me as I am. All my glory, all my stretch marks, all my rolls. Yes, bitch. Take me as I am, or you can just kick rocks, because nobody has time for it. That's just how I've always been. But I was in a relationship. We had been together for a couple years, and this is where I had my first moment where I said I have to make a change. So he had bought me, I was dating a guy at the time, and he had bought us tickets, movie tickets. And he was like, you know, after work, let's meet up at the movie theater. And he thought he was just like doing the greatest thing, because he was taking me to see a chick flick. We were going to see Why Did I Get Married? And I was all excited because, you know, it'd been advertising, and so, you know, I was excited to go. So anyway, fast forward to the scene where the beautiful Jill Scott, something about her smile, she's so beautiful. I'm in her spirit. I just love her, but that's neither here nor there. This is story time, so honey, you're getting all the side notes. All the side notes in my head are gonna be coming out on this video. But she was in her lingerie, and she was trying to be sexy for her husband. And throughout the movie, there was all levels of disrespect from her husband towards his wife. But in this scene, I'm literally getting goosebumps as I'm thinking about it. I mean, disrespectful is not even the word. I can't even think of a word that would really relay the audacity of this dude who wasn't even that handsome, not even that handsome, to talk to her in such a... It was just so rude. It was heartless. It was mean, crass, all of the above. And she was trying to be sexy for him, and he made a joke out of it. He made a joke of her. He thought she was a joke, in fact. I cried, and I cried, and I cried, and I cried. In the movie theater, I could not stop crying, and I remember my boyfriend at the time was just like, oh my God, I thought I was doing like a good thing. Like, I cried pretty much for the entire night, because I just could not believe that somebody would talk to her that way. And I guess in the back of my mind, I kept thinking, I don't want to ever get to a point where someone would feel like it's okay to even perceive me in that light. Even if they don't have it roll off their tongue, the thought itself would kill me. And not even a week later, I went to my gynecologist just for a regular checkup, you know, every 6 months. And it was time for me to get, you know, every 6 months I would get my prescription for my birth control. And he said to me, I've been seeing you for 2 years now. When I first came to see you, you were, you know, 300 pounds. And then you came back 6 months later, you were 310. Then you came back 6 months later, you're 315. He says, and now you are a little under 320. He said, if you come back to me even 1 pound heavier in 6 months, I'm taking you off of birth control because it will no longer be effective. This was the moment. This was the moment that I felt like it was the first time that I had been told I couldn't do something because of my weight. And I couldn't have it. I was in shock. I was embarrassed. I felt like at that moment God was speaking to me. I really did. I felt like God was saying, so this is it. Cards on the table. What are you gonna do? Because it took me back to just a little shy of a week prior, seeing that movie, and then having this uncomfortable conversation with a male white man telling me there was something I could not do. And I'm only sharing his race and his age because it just kind of adds layers to the level of embarrassment you feel, because I felt like as a black woman there was nothing I can't do. And then this. And I appreciate him because he was telling me the truth. And then also, separate from me being taken off of birth control, you are unhealthy. Now, I will tell you, on paper, outside of my weight, pillar of health. I had no cholesterol issues, no heart issues, no diabetes, no hypertension, nothing. Everything was on point. The only issue was always my weight. But I felt like, well, it's not holding me back. I was young at the time. Okay, guys, consider, I was like 25, 26. I mean, I was young. And I felt like there was nothing that I couldn't do. I'm a Spelman woman, graduate, doing well, making a lot of money, doing well for myself, own apartment, own car. You know what I mean? Like, I'm doing well. I'm in a good relationship at the time. Another story for another day, but that's fine. You know, I'm in a relationship. I'm happy. And now this. And so I sat back and I just took a toll on my life and I said to myself, well, cards are on the table. Bitch, what are you gonna do? And I made a decision to start working out, and working out for real. Now, I had gym membership since I was 13 years old. Ain't nothing new. Ain't nothing new. I've had gym membership since 13. I remember you were not allowed to get a Lucille Roberts membership until I think you're 15. And my mom schmoozed because, you know, she would be in the gym 6-7 times a week. So she knew the manager well, and the manager signed me up even though I wasn't supposed to be in there. So I was 13 years old in that gym. But off and on. But this was the first day of the rest of my life I was taking it seriously. God bless my friend, one of my closest friends, Xiomara. She was like, I'm here to support you. And she took me to see this nutritionist she was seeing, who had given me some pills to help me with suppressing my appetite and helping me to go to the bathroom more often, because that's something I've always had an issue with going to the bathroom. And that coupled along with going to the gym, I would go to the gym 5 times a week. I would not miss a day. And I remember my significant other at the time was like, oh, you know, I'm coming over. Why you gotta go to the gym? I haven't seen you. I love you just the way you are. Why you gotta be hitting the gym so hard? And I was like, sweetheart, I'm sorry. It's not even about you. It's bigger than you. It's even bigger than me. This is my future. This is my health. So I am not stopping. I was just so driven. And I would say within the first, it's so funny. So my biggest was about 347 or 48 pounds. When I lost my first 40 pounds, I was like, my first goal was to get under 300. And I remember I would be at work, and I worked in telesales. And I remember people would come up to me and be like, it's so funny, I'd lost about 40 pounds at this time. But this is to tell you how, you know, now if I lose 5 pounds, you can see it. But I had lost 40 pounds, and people would come up to me and be like, something's different. Did you do your hair differently? Is it the clothes? Oh, maybe it's like, do you want your makeup different? Like a new lipstick color? And in my head, I'm like, no, bitch, I lost 40 pounds. But people didn't really realize it because in their defense, I had a long way to go, you know? And I had just started this lap on the marathon of life. Like, this is a long journey to go through. And I would go to the gym. Like I said, I was dedicated. I was eating I'd probably have like a smoothie for breakfast. I would have like salad for lunch. And then for dinner, I'd have like maybe salad and some sort of meat or something, or vegetables, and you know, whatever. There was a whole write-up that the nutritionist had given me, and I'd taken it seriously because I didn't realize how much I had been eating. Like, especially sitting in a telesales job where you're sitting at your desk, or any type of role where you're sitting at your desk all day, it is definitely dangerous because you don't even realize how you pick. You might be eating and not even realizing it because you're just sitting down on the phone all day and on the computer. And so a little snack here, a half a bagel there, another half a bagel there, or bagel, you know, then next thing you know, you're realizing you're having bread, and lots of bread, or lots of carbs rather, in every single meal. So those first changes really helped me come down in my weight. And then shortly after my breakup with the guy I was with at the time, I finally decided it's time to take this to the next level. It is time for me to finally put myself first. I got my degree. I have a good job. I had just gotten into a master's program. It's time for me to do something for me and actually finish it. Because I accomplished my degree, I accomplished getting a good job, but I would always start trying to lose weight and then stop. Like, now I'm taking it to the end. And I made a decision that I was going to have surgery. Now, if you want to hear what kind of surgery, you know you gotta wait for the next video. This is a whole entire month of choosing you. Choosing you. That's the name of this series. Choosing you. I chose me. And I can't wait to share with you guys what my surgery was, and I'm gonna give you all the tea, all the details, and all of the advantages and disadvantages. Some things I still have to deal with this workaround to this day. I appreciate you guys for staying with me until the end. I can't wait for you guys to see next week's video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Share this story. Maybe there's a friend you know that may need to hear it. Maybe this is something that's going to get you off that couch and get you just walking in place. Maybe you're not ready to get a gym membership yet, but I'm hoping that this will inspire somebody. It was not easy to share this story because I pride myself on being perceived in a certain light, but I feel like I hope that this blesses somebody. And I pray that there's no judgment in the comments. And let's have a positive conversation about this. It's 2021. It's time for a change. I thank you guys for staying with me until the end. Like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to head over to Instagram. Make sure you follow us and support us on both Instagram and Facebook. Thank you guys so much for watching. I can't wait for you guys to see next week's video. And as always, we love you for watching. Until next time.